What? What are you doing?
This looks complicated.
It's very stuffed. Right? There's no room to.
What is this?
Really?
What is it? What is it?
You.
It's a boomerang.
Oh, boomerang.
It kind of looks like an open mouth.
Kinda.
It's happy.
Like, yeah. Like Rolling Stones.
It's got a coolant reservoir for a coolant reservoir.
Good?
And it's got these special fins here. This is because when this car's going so fast, the air gets underneath the hood and it keeps you straight,
Keeps you stable. Right.
Right.
But on the for real note, what are you actually doing?
I don't know. I'm just looking around. I'm a little confused. Like, how do you replace shit in here? Don't.
No, I think you just buy a new car. It's disposable.
What?
Disposable. It's like a wash machine.
Like a washing machine?
You have it for 9 months or 10 months. It breaks, and then you put it out on the corner.
9 months seems very specific. What were you thinking?
That's how long mine lasts. Lizzie popped up. And then we had to get a bigger wash machine.
See?
So, on the for real note, this is a 2018 BMW M4. It is the base model. It does have...
Oh, cool wheels.
shitty wheels. It has cloth seats and the Harman Kardon upgraded sound system. That's it. But the best part about it is it has 3 pedals and a shifter.
Yes.
A driver's car.
Right.
So since this is a base model M4, it doesn't have all the lane assist and fancy features and extra leather options. It's a car that's going to be on the lighter side. This car has 425 horsepower stock, twin turbo, 406 foot-pounds of torque. We are going to tune it today. But before we do that, we're going to take it out for a drive. This is the first time that I've driven the S55 M4 equipped with a 6-speed manual. I've driven plenty of the DCTs, the M2, the M3, the M4. It's all fine, they're fun. Great cars, fun to drive, but it gives you nothing to do other than pulling a flappy paddle towards you to shift. This, at least, keeps your hands off your phone, and it gives your left foot something to do, and it gives your right arm something to do, and you keep your left hand on the wheel. We're gonna take this thing out for a drive. It's currently stock, and we're gonna see what we think. The M4 comes with some cool features from the factory. Although this is still the base model, it does come standard with these little push buttons right here. It's got your traction control button. That button right there, not really sure what that is, what that looks like. Trying to make a joke, but one is not coming to mind at the moment. That is actually your throttle response button. Then below it, your suspension button, and below the suspension button, your steering button. So it's got several different modes. It's got efficient mode, sport mode, and sport plus. You can adjust any of these features with these 2 little M buttons on the steering wheel. You have the M1 button and the M2 button. Everybody tells me to use the M2 button, so that's what we'll do. Now, having the M2 button selected, it still does not turn traction control completely off. It puts everything else in Sport Plus mode, throttle response, suspension, and your steering, but it does not turn traction control completely off. To do that, you have to take this button right here and hold it. When you hold that for about 3 or 4 seconds, it'll turn traction control completely off. So that means you can go sideways if you so desire, if you want to buy new tires soon. Also, BMW thought it was necessary for you to know how much horsepower you have at any given time. So here we have this technology in action button for whatever selection sport display. So right now it says that we can get up to 480 horsepower, and I'm sure that's at the crank, and 480 foot-pounds of torque. Car comes with 425 from the factory and 406 foot-pounds of torque, so we're probably not going to get anywhere near it. But since we are test driving this car before we put a flash tune on it, we're going to see how much we get. So it looks like the horsepower we're close to, I mean, what is that, about 410-ish, and it's about 400 foot-pounds of torque. Do a second. So that was just a little second and third pool. Didn't really have much room to get on it in third. It's quick. It's definitely quick for a stock car. Now let's see if we can make it faster. All right, so here we are back at the shop. We have our fancy little laptop here and our little cable. Nice thing about cars these days, you can just plug them in, do a little bit of tweaking, and get more power.
A little bit of Glades plugins.
Glades plugins. 10 millimeters? No, 9. So people ask the difference between JB4 and a flash tune. Flash tune, I prefer it. You just hook it up to your computer, you hit a button, and it controls a lot more parameters than what a piggyback like JB4 does. JB4, you just basically throw it underneath your hood, plug it into a couple of sensors, it manipulates some voltages, and it gives you a bit more power. The flash tune actually gives you a wider range of options to flash your car, to also change the map settings for different type of configurations, whatever bolt-ons you have or hardware that you have. So preferably, I'd rather have this, especially when you're taking the car back for any type of warranty work at the dealership. You could just hook up the laptop to it, put the stock tune back on it, and it doesn't take very long at all. So, all right, so the flash is done. I'm gonna turn the car ignition off for 20 seconds, and then I'm gonna start the car up. Like I said before, this is just a flash tune. It's via your OBD port, so you don't have to remove the computers, you don't need to splice any wires or connect to any sensors. So we're gonna start this car up, and we're gonna go take it out for a drive and see exactly how much power we gain. So the first thing we notice when we turn the car back on our sports display. Bloopers. Cut! So we noticed when we turn the car on our sports display that it now indicates that we can get up to 640 horsepower and up to 560 foot-pounds of torque. Which I doubt will get anywhere close to that since we're only on a stage 1 tune. But it just looks cool. If you want to impress your Corvette buddies, it looks cool. Holy crap.
I was not ready for that.
So just off the bat in first gear, I mean, the throttle response is wicked. I mean, the boost just comes on strong, tires are spinning. Let's go do some more pulls.
Yes.
Oh my God! Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. Holy crap! It just pulls.
480. It's about 500. About 500 horsepower.
It pulls hard. It's like a freight train.
That's almost 100.
Should be close to, yeah, about 80 horsepower, 80 foot-pounds of torque to the wheels in addition on the stage 1 93 octane map. It's go buy some bigger turbos.
Yes. Wow.
I'd say that's a little more than 500.
Right, that's a little more than 500.
Yeah. It's savage. This thing is absolute savage. It'll definitely impress your Corvette buddies for sure. I mean, for you guys, you know, you can't really see other than what we're showing you, but us being in the car, I mean, it's just the difference is night and day. It's fast. It's scary fast. Can only imagine what this thing would be like with some extra bolt-ons. Oh my god.
Holy crap.
It's fast. There's a difference between American horsepower and underrated German ponies.
Ah, of course.
All of the German ponies are now belong to us.
It's
That was
fun, right? Yeah,
That
it's
was
like
fun. That was fun for sure.
it's really fun.
But it gets boring pretty quick. So, bigger turbos?